Hello and good morning! Today is the start of our reading vlog. It's actually October, and are you going to get this in October? Probably not. It's actually October 14th. The other day, I started The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue and Six of Crows by V.E. Schwab and Leigh Bardugo. I'm gonna be reading these for this vlog. I don't have much thoughts on it yet. I just wanted to do a quick intro. And I might end up throwing Leviathan Wakes into this. Who knows? But for now, reading vlog. Yeah. So I picked up Six of Crows because I learned that Leigh Bardugo has a degenerative issue going on. So she actually has, she needs aid in walking, and that's why she ended up writing Kaz Brecker. And so I was like, oh, this is intriguing. I too have issues with body movement. So I now want to read this right now. I had plans to actually read this before the end of the year, but I didn't know when I was going to get to it, and it turns out that that tidbit of information was just what I needed. I also started The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue last week, but because I only had the the audio, I was struggling a bit, and I wanted to wait for my physical to come in so I could read along while listening, because that's just how this book seems to be going. And yeah, I don't have much thoughts on either of them yet because I'm only like 50 pages into both of them. Oh no, the other book, I remember now. The other book I'm reading is Red Rising by, I don't know the author, Pierce Brown. I'll put the picture of it here. I'm reading it with Aaron and Chanel. It's a sci-fi. It's really good. It's giving me like Red Queen but on Mars. I enjoy, I'm like 100+ pages into this book, so I can't talk about this one. It's giving, like, I really enjoy how it's not like a hidden like heir to the throne or whatever. There's not really a throne, but like, you know, the secret identity, the secret bloodline that connects you to the super powerful people. That's not here. He's literally like rebuilt from scratch like X-Men, and it is dope as hell. The audiobook is narrated by an Irish person, so I love that for me. Outside of that, I don't have much else to say. I like these books. They're going. I DNF Serpent and Dove. It's not what I want right now. So I picked up books that actually sounded up my alley. I'm not going to talk about it on this video because that's not what this reading vlog is. I'll come back when I have actual thoughts. Good morning. So I just wanted to pop in and say I finished Red Rising a few days ago, but because Aaron already has finished book 3 in this series and Chanel ended up putting it down for now. It didn't end up being a buddy read like I said, but basically Red Rising is like Red Queen meets Hunger Games meets sci-fi. It's really cool. We follow Darrow, and he's like this red and the reds are like the lowest of the low. They're currently in like the caves of Mars, and they believe that they're terraforming the planet so that people can come and live on it eventually, but they don't know that they've been like enslaved for centuries and that they've been terraforming this planet for centuries, and people have been there for centuries already. And I just realized how tired I look. Some bad stuff happens to Darrow and his family, and then he ends up being taken in by this like rebel group who then like basically X-Men him into one of the like top colors of the society. So they make him into a gold, and then he has to like take this entrance exam, kind of like the cudgel with Rin from the Poppy War. And so he does that. He passes with flying colors. He has to enter the tournament, which is kind of where like the Hunger Games stuff comes in. And then like the last, I want to say the last 70% of the book is them in the arena and they're trying to gain power, and it's just really cool. I had a really fun time. I would highly suggest picking it up. It's sci-fi, but it reads more fantasy than sci-fi once you get past the first 20%, I would say. So yeah, I had fun. I enjoyed it. I am now further into Six of Crows as well, so I'll come back when I have more updates for Six of Crows. Outside of, I don't get the Matthias hype. I think he's a piece of shit. The way he, like, the first time we see him, he's like choking out Nina. I don't get it. I just got to the part where Inej had some fucked up shit happen to her, and we saw Matthias and Nina like working together, and I was like, no, Nina, crush his heart, crush his soul, get rid of him. He's not good. So yeah, those are all the updates and thoughts I have for right now. I've been really depressed, so this vlog might just be really short. Yesterday I went to the bookstore. I got a few books. I'll show you my book haul. Okay, so I didn't buy Black Sun in the store. I actually pre-ordered it online, but it came in yesterday, and that's really exciting. There's like this map here, which is the map of the world that we're in. And then there's also the map of Tova, which is like this part of the map up here, so you get like a closer map of it because you're in the city quite a bit. So yeah, I got Black Sun finally. Here she is. I'm so happy. This is gonna be the thumbnail, even though this isn't the video for it. Anyways, I also got An Ember in the Ashes thanks to Alana from The Awkward Book Nerd and Chanel from Chanel Time. They both absolutely love this book. Me and Erin might buddy read this together, but considering how our last buddy read went, I don't know if I trust her. So I got An Ember in the Ashes. I honestly have no idea what it's about. I just know that it's fantasy and that people die. And then lastly, I got The Nemesis by S.J. Kincaid, which is the third and final book in this sci-fi series that I've been reading. It's called The Diabolic, and in The Diabolic, there's basically like this genetically crafted person who is in charge of protecting this one human, and they're bonded to the human and they're not supposed to have any feelings. But Nemesis ends up having feelings, and she understands and is capable of love, and so it's kind of just like what happens when a robot gets feelings, and like while being captive and taking the place of the person she's supposed to be protecting in court type thing. Like it's like a body double situation. It's a epic sci-fi. It's like there's so much going on, and I'm pretty sure in the last book some fucked up shit happens to Nemesis from her love interest, and I'm not ready. I'm so prepared to like reread this series. I originally picked up The Diabolic because I thought it was a standalone and I loved it so much, and then I got to the ending and I was like, it's not gonna make it a duology, is it? And it turns out it's a whole ass trilogy. So I have 2 more books I get to read. And yeah, with that, I will see y'all later, because this was my book haul. 3 big ass books. And with that, I will see you when I read more and have more things to verbalize. Hello, so it is now October. Hey Google, what's the date today?
It is Thursday, October 22nd, 2020.
And I finished Six of Crows last night on the 21st, but on the 20th I ended up having a seizure, so this whole vlog is kind of being derailed by recovery from that. So I'm just gonna do my makeup while I talk Six of Crows, because I don't I finished it and I have to talk about it because I didn't film any like live reactions to it. So, first of all, out of all the characters, I think Inej is my favorite. And I'm so distraught that she was always the one that got the shit end of the stick. Probably because she has brown skin. And it just hurts to watch or read. I listened to the audiobook as well, and I hate that I enjoyed Matthias's voice actor because I really hate Matthias as a character. Well, not like hate, I don't like him that much. He's too, like, the way he talked to Nina the whole book, I was just not having it. I remember the first scene we're introduced to Matthias, he's like choking Nina out in his cell. And I was like, Nina, no. Stay away from the colonizer, honey. Stay away. And like, even at the end, his like redemption wasn't even really redemption in my eyes. I was fully convinced that he fucked up and he was about to hurt Nina. And if I'm convinced that you're about to hurt Nina like that, then obviously I don't like you as a character because I didn't believe in your goodness from the start. So I'm kind of glad that I know that something bad happens to him in the second book. Moving on. Nina, honey, what are you doing with that man? Why are you so thirsty over him? Because he saved your life? Sis, that's Stockholm Syndrome. Same with Inej, actually. But I'm not going to go into Inej because I like Inej. And she understands that her and Kaz can't be together. And Nina doesn't seem to understand that. So I fuck with Inej. I really like the sisterly bonds that we get to witness be formed between Inej and Nina. I really like how Wylan and Jesper end up together. Jesper isn't shit though. That twist at the end, I was like, oh my god, what? I think I like Kaz as a character. He's kind of like, he reminds me of like Aimada. He knows what needs to be done and will do anything to do it type thing. And he just wants power and revenge and he wants what's his, and that's totally okay. But it came at the cost of everyone else. And so I like Kaz, but I understand why everyone is mad at him or doesn't like him because he's putting everyone at risk. And like, not everyone enjoys that in a character. And I can understand that. But like Monet was telling me about this book verse, like From Blood and Ash by Jennifer L. Armentrout, is that Kaz and Inej aren't healthy as a couple. That's why they're not a couple. They refuse to be together. They have several opportunities to make a move on one another, and neither of them do. So I appreciate that because a relationship can always fix trauma, and Kaz and Inej both have plenty of trauma. I feel like this book is just all trauma all the time. I really enjoyed it. I think I gave it 4 stars right now because I was looking back and comparing it to Shadow of Bone and like Sarah J. Maas books that I have rated 2-3 stars because that's what I rated Shadow and Bone. But this was actually like a really enjoyable read. I was anxious as all fuck, which is a good sign. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. Really liked the pining between Inej and Kaz because I like angst. But I'm glad that they're not together, as I mentioned. I can't talk about the ending too much without giving away spoilers for those who haven't yet read Six of Crows. I feel like I'm one of the only people that hasn't read it on BookTube, aside from Aaron. I had a good time. I think that the hype is warranted. I'm glad that I like waited to read this for like a better season because I was gonna try and read this in the summer, and this is not a summer book because they're in the ice court for so long. So that's fun. And a good decision on my part because I tried reading a winter book in the summer and I ended up hating it. And now I'm going to reread it this winter so I can see if I actually liked it or not. Because I'm such a mood reader. So the atmosphere of Six of Crows is very dark and heavy and tense and just full of drama, to be honest. if you're looking for like a high stakes, something like if you just finished a book like Jade City and you need something to continue that fast-paced momentum, I would suggest Six of Crows if you haven't read it. It's just really fun. I would like to see what people think about Nina and Inej, because I really like them. Me and Alana really like Nina and Inej, but I haven't really found many friends who talk about Six of Crows yet. Because Monet talks about it, but she like won't talk about it with people who don't like it, aka Chanel, because she loves that book. So maybe I'll talk to her about it after this. The writing is also really good. I enjoyed seeing like such immense amount of growth from Leigh Bardugo in this next book, even compared to her like last Grisha book. I mentioned that I enjoyed seeing how much growth as a writer I saw in Leigh Bardugo pre Six of Crows. Like, I had only read the Shadow and Bone trilogy, and the first book, not very good. The second book was okay. The third book was okay-ish, so like slightly better, but not like each time it got better. And so when I read Six of Crows, I was like, oh, this feels like an actual book, whereas Shadow and Bone could kind of be more like fan fiction, if that makes sense. I don't know. I really enjoyed it. I am sad that poor Inej is always targeted and thought to be suspicious, but life imitates art, I guess. So with this book, I was not like, I knew it was a duology, but I wasn't expecting the plot to continue right into the second book like that. Like, I knew that something happened to Inej and that we were gonna have to go find her, because that's what everyone always talks about with Crooked Kingdom. It didn't really happen the way I thought it was going to, which is probably a good thing if you look at it objectively. What else was I saying? Yeah, so I wasn't expecting the plot to carry over as quickly as it did. I actually almost picked up Crooked Kingdom right away, just because I like Inej. I was invested. But then I remembered how upset I would probably get because Kaz and Inej wouldn't be able to be together and pine for one another. So, alright. So, I think I will come back when I have my face finished and then finish up my final thoughts on the book, I guess. Do you see this? I'm on page 136. And I'm already crying. Hate this for me. I feel emotionally devastated just from 30 pages. That's fun. You stabbed me!
And you mess with the lights in the reactor and you can go do the thing with the people so it looks like you're doing something. I thought you could do that with the light, so I went to the light thing and I just pressed the button.
It killed me!
It's the mistake.
Whoever was behind me came in.
Mistaken murder. That ain't gonna hold up in court.
I thought they saw me
that's
do
called
it, and I was like,
manslaughter.
crap. And I ran to back, and that's where I saw Brown, who I didn't kill.
There
so I
was
just
two
needed let me
bodies.
report first before they do.
Not Alana committing manslaughter.
I was... Good morning. It is now Friday, and I read a whole bunch of Addie LaRue last night. I am now at I'm at page 179, and I cried, I think, 4 times within 30 pages, so that's fun. I wasn't expecting this book to hit me this way. I was not expecting to feel so seen, but I do. It's very light, yes, but I'm enjoying it. Honestly, I would rather Victoria Aveyard stay in her lane and keep shit white than try and pull Nomi Novik and do a Deadly Education and give us a plethora of issues when you're just trying to give us POC MCs. So I'm okay with this staying white. If Addie ended up in Southeast Asia and was skipping fucking countries and like living the tourist life, I would side-eye her so hard. So hard. So that's all I have to say, I think. Yeah. I have a few theories about Henry, but because this is like a relatively new book, I don't want to go too deep into spoilers, but I'm really enjoying Henry as a character. I am enjoying Addie as a character. I'm enjoying their time together. I'm just emotional just thinking about it. So yeah, that's basically all the update I have for you now, because I was reading and playing Among Us and watching Netflix with friends last night. So reading got done, but it wasn't like the main focus. So yeah. Oh, also, I just wanted to mention that today is 4 degrees, but feels like it's 0 because there's like a cold front coming in from up north. And I am so thankful that I turned my fireplace on yesterday, because I woke up this morning and I was like, why is it so cold? Anyone else in Canada scared of this early winter? Because I am. What the fuck? I'm in Vancouver. It should not be this cold this soon. Hello. So today is Saturday and my vlog is supposed to be up tomorrow and I'm still not done Addie LaRue, so guess what I'm finishing in the next vlog? I just want to add on my discussion of Addie so far that I got to this scene, I'll insert the tweet that I wrote, between Addie and Henry, and they're getting down and dirty. And Addie doesn't shower before Henry goes down on her, and it just... I had to question the hygiene of the moment. I really did. Good morning! It's officially the day after I finished Addie LaRue and I'm an emotional wreck. I didn't get to sleep until 2 a.m. because I was too busy crying the whole night. Oh, hate that for me. I gave Addie LaRue 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. I don't want to talk too much about it for spoilery reasons. Until a later date, like after I've reread it, I'll probably do like a video on it, as I say I always will do. It's just my MO. I'm gonna have to accept it. I don't really like talking about a book spoilery until I have read it twice, it seems. Unless I have chosen to DNF it or I didn't really like it. Well, this book is so special to me. That's all I have to say. Like, it's for... The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue and The Starless Sea are two of my all-time favorite books, and while they're both completely different, I have never felt so seen in pages as I have in these two books, and I love it so much. I turned the fire on for too long? No, it's a little too hot. So yeah, as I was saying, I really enjoyed it. I really liked it. I don't want to do too many spoilers for it. You saw how much I cried. You saw how much it destroyed me. Like, consistently from page 136 on, I was crying at least every 10 pages. So if you want a story that is about depression and anxiety and what it means to live and to be human and what it means to love, then I would suggest reading this. It's definitely a slower reading experience. You'll probably want to take your time with it. If it makes you as emotional as it did me, you'll definitely want to take your time through it and not want to power through after having a seizure, because you'll just be like me right now and I can't function. I can barely talk. But yeah, I love this book. It's 5 stars. I will be talking about this till the end of time, I feel. And I didn't want to give it 5 stars. I was joking about giving it 3 stars and like how I would be sobbing in my sheets, but then I would rate it really low anyways, because I was determined to not fall for the hype, but I fell for the beautiful and haunting writing that I saw instead. I decided that it would be a good idea to finish Bly Manor and then finish Addie LaRue on the same day for some reason. And I feel broken. Absolutely broken. And then after that, I decided to pick up Queen of Nothing because I do truly hate myself. So I'm gonna add that into this little vlog since it happened on the same day. I read it all on the same day. So I read Queen of Nothing by Holly Black. It's the third and final book in the Folk of the Air trilogy. I really liked it. I think I gave it 3 or 4 stars. Can't remember. I think I'll definitely, like, when I reread this series, I'll probably end up rating it a little bit higher than I originally have now. But for the time being, the whole series is like in between a 3 and a 4 star. I had a really good time. I really enjoy Carden and Jude as characters. I feel like I wanted something bigger to happen to Maddox, but that's okay. It's okay. We can't always get the violence that we crave. Yeah, I won't go too much into the Queen of Nothing either because it's the 3rd book in a series, and if you haven't read it, I don't want to be spoilery, but basically after the events of Wicked King, Jude continues to do what Jude does, get involved, make shit messy, and then try and fix it. And Carden is just simping for her. I love it. It's what I needed after The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue in terms of relationship needs. So, well, I mean, I have my boyfriend, but they were not available last night. They were busy writing a paper and they have to write another paper today. So I'm just like in my feelings today on my own dealing with this. So I'll probably end up reading another book before the day's over. And with that, I'm gonna end this vlog because that's been 5 minutes of me talking relatively fast, it seems, and I'm not really going anywhere with it. So I will see you next Sunday with a vlog, and yeah, bye.